Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Israel Shalom. This is ISUPK. This is Precinct Officer Karaya Allah out of ISUPK, Connecticut. Started out at 1 West 125th Street under Commanding General Yohana since 1969 to now. And we're here every day, all day, since 1969 to now, till our King, our brother, our Savior, Yahweh Shah Mashiach comes back, which y'all may know as Christ. And we're here every day. You see us in the street, you see us in the internet, you see us everywhere, waking our people up, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, on what we are doing wrong as a people. What are we doing wrong as far as disobeying the Most High? That's our job as Israelites, as priests and prophets, to go out there and to show our people their transgressions, like in Isaiah 58 and 1. Now, today we're going to go into our evil women that have serious demons on them, have serious issues, have serious flaws with them. And when I say that, it's serious to the point where a lot of their behaviors is condoned by this society, but it goes against everything with the Most High, with the Bible have told our women how to conduct themselves and how to act. Today's topic, we're talking about the wicked, evil behavior of our women. The wicked behavior that our women have picked up from this world, from this society. The behavior of a harlot, the behavior of a slut, of a no good woman, Understand that we are destroyed as a people, mentally, physically, emotionally. We are destroyed people. And understand, and it just goes to show you that money cannot fix a person's mental stability, or state, or character, or ways. Money can't change none of that. All money do is just put you in a more comfortable financial position to accommodate monetary things, physical, tangible things that, you know, in the eyes of the Most High is worthless, useless. That's all money can do, is just get you things and live a certain lifestyle that don't have you wanting and needing. Now, I say this to say, there's an article that came out last week about the ex basketball player Dwayne Wade's son and his partner. They both two transgenders. And why I'm bringing up wicked women is because Gabrielle Union's married to Dwayne Wade. She's an actress. And she clearly, as you can see, runs that household. She calls the shots pretty much. And the fact that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union have condoned Dwayne Wade's son, biological son, into being a homosexual is beyond belief. It's beyond is wicked. Is wicked as hell. Now, a lot of y'all out there in this metaverse or whatever, of course, disagree with ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana because we deal with the truth. But understand that what we say is not of our own opinions. This is what the Lord says in the Bible. The Lord said that homosexuality is an abomination. The Most High detests that. So all you out there that call yourself going to church and believing in God and God this, God that, understand that the Most High don't condone that behavior, that lifestyle at all. So I'm gonna go into the article, and then I'm gonna elaborate on the different types of wicked women because you have Gabrielle Union, you have what was Envy's wife Gia, you have Meg The Stallion, you have Jada Pinkett Smith. How could I forget her? You know, and so forth, amongst many. And I'm bringing them up because they are in the spotlight. They, excuse me, they are celebrities. But I'm going to go into this article about Dwayne Wade's son and his partner. Now, it states Zaire Wade celebrates Easter with transgender partner. Sickening. Dwayne Wade's transgender child, Zaya Wade, who was born male but identifies as a female, is allegedly dating a white girl who identifies as a boy. Now, excuse me. How sick is that? That his son thinks he's a girl and this devil dog thinks she's a boy. How sick is that? Now, Dwayne Wade's son want to be a girl. This dog wants to be a boy. So they don't have a problem with a heterosexual relationship. The only thing is they just want to be the opposite sex of what they are. What kind of confusion is that? And for the parents to think that that's okay for that behavior, how sick of them? Understand, Israel, we got a lot. We have a lot of cleaning up to do. Because when people that look up to Gabrielle Union and look up to Dwayne Wade so much to the point where they start compromising their morals to say, oh, well, they doing it, then I guess it's all right. Understand, stupid, that these celebrities out here don't know shit. Excuse my French. They are clueless just like any average Joe that works at your Target, McDonald's, anywhere. They don't know shit. Now let me finish. Dwayne Wade and his wife, Gabrielle Union, celebrated Easter with Zaire's significant other, Hudson Unison. She had several pics of the family on social media. The images also include a couple of 3-year-old daughters, Kavia and Wade's other son, Zaire Wade, along with his girlfriend, Lola Ann Clark. Check out the blended family photo. How crazy is that? The younger son couldn't get a regular woman like his older brother, but got to get a female that identifies as a boy. Anyway, I've had the best weekend spending quality time with my family, and shout out for Easter. First of all, they celebrating a holiday that don't have nothing to do with any Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. What they should have been celebrating was the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread that just passed. But of course they won't. Why? Because they're following this this wicked government. They're following our oppressors' holidays. Easter have nothing to do with no Black man, no Hispanic man, and no Native Indian man or women and children, right? So Zaire 14. Now, at the age of 14, what are we doing at 14? What do you know about sexuality and what you want to be? And this has been going on for some time now. So this boy must have been what, 9 years old, 10 years old when they was pushing this? Because for as long as I could remember now, for a minute, they've been pushing about this boy being a homosexual, a transgender. And he's 14 now. And no one on the face of this earth on social media thinks that that's child neglect or that's abuse to sit there and push that on a child that don't know no better. But don't sit there and not have food because you're struggling and you poor, and all you can give your kids is just rice without the beans and steak, or beans without the rice and steak. Don't let them go to school hungry for that one day because you're struggling. They'll take your kid in a New York second, you know? They'll take your kid and call you all and make you and demonize you. Yet Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade do not get demonized for allowing and pushing this on that little boy. And you're gonna tell me this little boy had enough sense to make this choice right there? God damn, disgusting, man. Okay. Caption of a pic, Hudson. I hope everyone has had a wonderful Easter today and a wonderful Passover this weekend. I love you guys. D Wade announced the Generous Show in 2020 that his son Zion, from a previous relationship, had transgendered into a girl named Zaire. We are proud parents of a child in the LGBTQ plus community. Dwayne said at the time, as reported by Hollywood Life, we're proud allies as well. We take our roles and responsibility as parents very seriously. Really? If you took your roles and responsibility as parents very seriously, then you'll be making sure that that boy is raised to be a boy, to turn into a man, to be who he is, to be who he was born to be. So when our child comes home with a question on issue or anything, it's our job as parents to listen and give them the best information and feedback that we can. Understand that right there just shows you that they failed as a parent. Because if that boy had a question and was questioning and felt confused about this wicked ass society, they'd have been able to give him the best information. Had there been in these classes Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, they'd have gave him the best information. It wouldn't have been no transgender nothing, LGBTQ nothing. Why? Because the Most High says that that's an abomination, that a man should be a man. I'm paraphrasing, and a woman should be a woman. But what do they do out there? They sit there and they make ass nuts like that and say, oh, we gave them the best, you know, situation. We give them the best, best advice. What advice did they give him? Coming home at the age of 12. What advice did they give him for him to feel like it's okay to switch from a male to a woman? Because quite frankly, going into this transition and switching, now the question I have for the metaverse out there is, since you want to identify and core and you can be what you want to be, right? How about me being a billionaire? How about me being somebody with a 900 credit score? How about me being so rich to the point I could go into a car dealership or go point at a mansion and say, I want that. I identify myself as a billionaire. So now I can go into a store and just walk out with things. I mean, it's allowed when it comes to sexuality, but it just goes to show you how wicked this society is and how one-sided it is, because it caters to the LGBTQ community. They're trying to make heterosexuals and heterosexuals relationship and way of living, like they're trying to make that obsolete. That's why this wicked kingdom is falling. If anybody got any kind of spiritual eye or see what's going on, this wicked ass government is falling and it needs to burn down fast by the Most High. And I'm not telling anybody out there to do that, because the Lord's already doing that. Is damaging. What do you think all these storms? What do you think all these plagues? What do you think all these tornadoes and earthquakes and so forth? All these brush fires and everything is going on. You think it's just by coincidence? Everything's of the Lord. The Most High wants something done, it's getting done. And understand that our oppressor time is short, and they know it. They know it, and they are livid. You know, the only thing keeping us alive is the Most High. Because you leave it up to our oppressor, we would have been gone. But the Most High is not allowing that at all. If you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, the Most High just wants us to come back to Him. Now let me finish read this article. I'm sorry. Okay. So, okay. That doesn't change because sexuality is involved with it. Once Zaya, our 12-year-old, came home and said, hey, I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya internally. It's now our job to go out and get information. Okay, what information do you need? And you see, what people got to understand is they say he came home. So that means he came home from school. That means that The school that he was going to was pushing that, and they finagled that little boy's mind. That's why homeschooling for our people is a must. And not only homeschooling, we have to spend time and put in time with our kids. Because if not, and we let this wicked ass government raise our kids, these schools raise our kids, this is what's going to happen. They're going to twist our kids' minds to the point where they're going to feel like, oh, I want to be identified as this. And then what happens? Your kid come home looking for questions. So instead of Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union trying to find out to get down to the bottom of what the hell are y'all teaching my son, they just, oh, we just got to get information on that. Oh, you want to be a he, a she, a her? That no, it's a what the hell's going on? What happened to their morals? What happened to any morals of man and woman? What information did they need to get aside from the fact that somebody's poisoning their kid's mind? And as you can see in that relationship, you can tell that Gabrielle Union is running that household. You know, she looks more masculine than Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, you know, he just sitting back there, just allowing her to run the show. He's allowing her to have him push that agenda not her per se, but allow her, her pushing him to accept his son, his physical son, as a transgender. Now, I'm gonna read this last part. It says Hudson, who uses he, him pronouns, also shared selfies featuring Zaya on Instagram. Passover and Easter have never been more fun. I love you, Hudson wrote in a caption of tribute post to Zaire. The image shows the two teens cozied up and kissing. Just fucking, oh, excuse me. It's disgusting, man. Just abomination. And then people get mad when we say you cannot have a woman running your household or anything because this is what's going to happen. Because when women make decisions, it's off of emotions. When women make any kind of decisions, 9 times out of 10 is off of emotions. Not unless you actually have a woman that really thinks and can think things through and all that. But a lot of times it's in them. It's in the woman to make decisions based off of emotions. It's a fact because women are emotional creatures. Now I'm gonna go into some scriptures. I'm gonna go into let's go into Proverbs 7. Because with this, okay, we got on Gabrielle Union. Jada Pinkett Smith. She sat there, emasculated her husband, dissed him to the thousandth power. She done, you know, she done played so many, she's a child molester. She's a pedophile. She preys on young men. She did it to the young brother, August. There was that kid from Chris Cross that died, the Dawson one, and I believe it was a couple other young men. I'm sure it's more under her belt, but she have got a history of going after young men and turning them out. yet she's still roaming around here like nothing. Nobody speaks on that, you know. I guess she gets a pass because she's Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife. Because quite frankly, if she wasn't classified under Will Smith's wife, she would be obsolete. I guess that's why they was mad. What was that a few years back when Chris Rock had got on her. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, excuse me, Salakia. So at the end of the day, these women, and we talk about DJ Envy's wife as well, Gia Casey, and Megan Thee Stallion. Lying on Tory Lanez. You know, this is the thing. A lot of these women, they use their beauty, they use their glamour, they use everything to sway the decision of people. They play that old damsel in distress and oh, poor me type a game on people to win people over, to make stuff believable, you know. And they talk about that type of woman in the Bible. Now, I'm gonna go into Proverbs. I'm gonna do the whole 7th chapter. Hold on one second. Yeah, Salaki had a little technical difficulties, but yeah, I'm gonna go into Proverbs chapter 7, and we're gonna go into it. It says, "My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee." Verse 2: "Keep my commandments and live in my law as the apple of thine eye. Bind them up thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart." Verse 4: "Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding my kinswoman." Verse 5: "That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding, passing through the streets near her corner, and he went the way to her house. In the twilight in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with a attire of a harlot and subtile of heart. Verse 11. Now understand, when you look at that, a lot of women, again, these harlots, I'm not even going to classify them as women. These whores. You know who's women? The sisters in the ISUPK and the commanding general Johanna. You know who's women? Women that conduct themselves in the manner of a female that is feminine, that is submissive, that is soft-spoken, that is not contentious and looking to fight and jump up in a man's face 24/7, that have that is shamefaced it, you know? Not a woman that's sitting around here and think that she's above a man, that she has a masculine spirit with her. A woman that walks around and seduces men and have other intentions and sleeps with more than one man. That walks around and show and dress like a harlot and act like a harlot. And they pray after the young men that's void of understanding, the young men that don't know no better, the young men that all they have is sex on their mind. All they thinking about is a big butt and a smile. Yes, them harlots is poison. Okay, let me go down to verse 11. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Right. They're always out and about. They're always here, always there. This guy's house, this hotel, the back seat of this car, a different house, different apartment, different whatever. She can't stay still. Being married, being with somebody, and still run around with different men. Now, verse 12. Now she is without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. Understand, she's out. In this case, we talking about these celebrity women. So they have parties, they out and about, they have families at home, yet they shame their husband, yet they commit adultery on their husbands, yet they lie on men. They get them to a point and destroy and bring down men, their husbands, or whoever they call themselves dealing with. Because you can't call them husbands, because they could be their husband for today, but then tomorrow they be married to somebody else because they'll lay down and sleep with somebody else like nothing. Verse 13. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an imprudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. Verse 15. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Verse 16. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works and fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Verse 18. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. Sounds familiar? Sounds like Will Smith going away doing one of his multi-million-dollar movies. It sounds like whoever Meg Thee Stallion dealing with. It sounds like, I can't confirm Envy's wife committing adultery, but I mean, if she's faking orgasms, she's thinking about somebody else. She's thinking about one of the one of the soldiers up in ISUPK Salakia, you know, because she shamed her husband. He's away making money or whatever, and I'm not saying she is. Who knows? But she thinking about somebody else other than her husband, and even that's a sin, you know. Yeah, Meg the Stallion, you know. She's going around there. I'm sure she's involved with somebody in the industry, somebody in the industry or somebody's in the industry is running through her, amongst other women that I did not list, you know. But they sit there and they wait for their husbands. They're with their husbands, and then they going after the young man that's void in understanding, that don't know no better. And they prey on that because they know the young guy is full of energy, and all he's doing is just looking to have fun. And they call themselves wanting to have fun, and they go after them. And this is not just these celebrity chicks. This is regular plain Janes out there in the world, you know. And I'm talking about our women, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women that are like that are harlots, that carry on the characteristics and behavior of a harlot. Excuse me, you know. I'm gonna read verse 19 again. For the good man is not at home; he is gone on a long journey. Verse 20. He had taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. So she already know when he's coming home, so she could do what she got to do, and then when he come home, she'll just be ready for him. What a dirty harlot, you know. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till the dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path, for she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Understand this. This is not from me. This is from the scriptures. This is strictly not off of my understanding. This is strictly off of the scriptures that is being brought to you. That is a certain type of woman that you want. You want a woman that knows how to conduct herself. First of all, you want a woman that fears the Lord, the Most High. You want a woman that is going to respect you and is going to appreciate you. You want a woman that is going to abide and not come up against you. You want a woman that's shamefaced, not a shameless woman. Because at the end of the day, A woman can make you, and a woman can break you. And when I say make you, meaning she can be that helpmate that y'all can grow beautiful and blossom, or she could be a thorn in your side. Understand this, and I'm gonna use accountant terminology. You want a woman to be an asset and not a liability. A shamefaced woman is an asset. A shameless woman is a liability. You want your woman to add on to you and building spiritually, physically, monetarily, you name it. Because at the end of the day, these harlots out here, you don't want. You do not want that out here. Why? Because when you think that they're yours, they're actually not. They're everybody's. You know, they may be yours for Monday, but come Tuesday, they're gonna be somebody else's. Come Wednesday, they're gonna be another person. Thursday, Friday, so forth. And the sad thing about it is, a lot of brothers don't be knowing that. A lot of our men don't know that. A lot of our men go to work and think that their wife is they're doing the right thing. But a lot of men don't know that their wife is not their wife anymore once they leave out that house. So understand this, that at the end of the day, you gotta we gotta tighten up as a people. We got to correct our people, because I'm gonna go into scripture. Hold on one second. Just bear me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go into a scripture, because at the end of the day, okay, hold on. Okay, Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Understand that when you train up your child, and it's not just the boys, it's the females. When you train up a child, you instill morals, you instill integrity, you instill discipline. There's certain things that you instill in a child that if you don't teach them and train them up right, you're setting them up for failure all the way across the board. When you teach your kid about morals, when you teach your kids about right and wrong, when you show and teach them and show your kids to have integrity, you teach them. That's something that's built up through training. When you do that, then you're displaying love for your child. When you sit there and teach your kid right from wrong, when you teach your kid to do what's right, when you teach your kid that when You might have been raised up. You might have been raised up wrong, but as you got older and you learned that certain things that you was taught, you teach your kid to be better, and then they teach their kid, and so forth. That way, we're working towards having our children, our family, our culture preserved. When you train your kid up right according to these scriptures, that's preserving our heritage. That's preserving our culture and our ways of living. But when you sit there, and I'm gonna bring it back to Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, and you okay your child to identify on who they want to be, then that's that's showing that you hate your child. That's displaying hate towards your child. When you sit there and you allow your kid to do something as asinine like that, that's hatred towards your child. You can't sit there and say that it's all right to do something that goes against nature, that goes against what the Most High says, and think that it's all right, and think that you're the parent of the year. You can't do that. You cannot do that. So I say this to say that because of this wicked society, you have people like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union thinking they're the parent of the year because they want to be accepted by our oppressor and their ways. Understand that their ways, no black or Hispanic or Native Indian in their right mind could say that through their generations they was raised to be homosexuals and raised to that LGBTQ community nonsense, because that stuff ain't even 30 years old. This is real recent that this is being pushed hard like this. I'm not saying they ain't have them in the past, you know, but they was in the closet. Why? Because heterosexual people knew right from wrong. They knew a man and a woman together. They knew a man and a man was wrong and a woman was wrong. But being that it's being pushed so hard, and here it is, it's being pushed so hard in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities. Because guess what? When you have a whole generation of homosexuals can't produce. A man and a man can't produce no child. A woman and a woman can't produce no children. So, what better way to extinct Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people? Because you can't procreate. You can't procreate off of two men or two women. So that's what they do. And they try to start young and push it into our kids' heads young. So when they get older, guess what? They're going to feel like being attracted to the opposite sex is wrong. But understand this, if you got any love, if you got any decency, if you got any morals, you would make sure that your child know that a man's supposed to be attracted to a woman, that you're born a male and a female's born a female. You don't decide, oh, today I want to be this. No, we're not living in a land of make believe. This is what our oppressor wants us to think and wants us to believe. Oh, we in the land of make believe. So I want to believe I'm this. I'm a dinosaur. You know, I'm a lion. I'm a wolf. I want to identify myself as a tree. It don't work like that. The Most High tells you, hold on. The Most High tells you that he's not an author of confusion. Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. That's First Corinthians 14 and 33. First Corinthians 14 and 33. Okay. It says First Corinthians 14 and 33. It says the powers the powers is not the the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Understand that the Most High, he's not sitting here. The Most High ain't making a male and having them think it's a female. That's by choice. The Most High made a male and a female a female. The Most High made a female to be a helpmeet for a male. He created both to build a nation, to produce. Most I say he's not an author of confusion. But you know who's the author of confusion? Our oppressor. Because this is the problem with our people. When we sit there and we believe everything our oppressor says and don't question what our oppressor is doing, understand that our oppressor is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. Our oppressor is has an agenda to destroy us, the Lord's chosen people, the 12 tribes, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, all the way from the so-called Negroes to all the way down to the so-called Mexicans, is the Lord's chosen people, the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. Our oppressor has an agenda to destroy us. And this is why we all have to come together, black and brown. We have to come together because at the end of the day, we got. And the second we really grasp that concept, the better we'll be as a nation, the better we'll be as a people. The second we can, the minute we start coming back to the Most High, you notice a big change in your life, and the change is going to be for the better. Understand that, because look around now. Where's the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian leaders right now? With what's going on? Who's out there at the forefront, putting their lives on the line for our people? I tell you who, Commanding General Yohana. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. We're putting our lives every day on the line for our people. We could be selfish and just keep all this knowledge to ourselves. We could sit there and get right and just sit back and wait and make sure our families are right. But the sacrifices that we put out for our people is because we love our people. Because for one, that's the duty, that's our job, that's the oath we take as an Israelite, as a priest and prophet of the Lord. The job of an Israelite is to go out there and wake our people up. Wake our people up and bring them back to the Lord. That's our duty. That's our job. And our job also is to correct our people. Like I'm going to Isaiah 58 and 1. Hold on. Isaiah 58 and 1. Because when we out there, and even when we in the classes, people like, oh, y'all loud, y'all aggressive. Understand that there's instructions that the Lord give us on how to deal and teach. Understand that these scriptures is our culture. These scriptures is our history books. These scriptures tell us how to live and to coexist with each other and how to deal with situations and how to diffuse situations amongst everything else. Now, Isaiah 58 and 1, it says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. It didn't say show the whole world. It said, show my people, the Lord's people, and the house of Jacob their sins, the 12 tribes in the house of Jacob, their sins. It's the Lord's chosen people. He didn't say show the whole world. The Most High is not for the whole world. He is for a particular world, a particular society. That's the Israelite society. That's the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Most High ain't dealing with these other nations. Why people feel like the Most High is with these other nations is because that's a form of our punishment for disobeying the Lord years ago, hundreds of years ago. So the Lord put our enemy, our oppressors, above us and brought us to the lowest state for disobeying him. Just like we still disobeying him by doing homosexual acts, being child molesters, pedophilias, thieves, drug dealers, whores, homosexuals, lesbians, transgenders. That is an abomination to the Lord. That means the Most High despised that. But yet, when you ask a lot of these people there, they going to church, they God, they want to mention God and they Christians and all that. Really? Because y'all all that, then that means that your pastors, your preachers have failed y'all, have lied to y'all. Your preachers was not man enough to let y'all know that what y'all doing is a sin, it's an abomination, and the Lord do not like it. So if y'all think that y'all getting into living that lifestyle, look, the Lord have mercy on who he have mercy on, but understand that that lifestyle, the Lord already said is abomination. So you want to change your life around? That old man, that old woman have to go. That old person has to die. And when I say die, I mean that personality, who that person was, who you was doing all these sins, have to leave. That new person, your new slate, your new beginning. When you come into this truth and you know your old ways of being a drug dealer, being a homosexual, a murderer, a thief, a whore, and so forth, a child molester, so forth, a rapist, all that has to stop because that new man is not going to do those things again. That new woman is not going to do them things again. Because that old person is gone. That demon that was on you is gone. So I'm gonna go into uh I'm going to do one more scripture in Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go start at 22. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 22. And I'm gonna just give you a little difference um in a harlot as opposed to a woman, a righteous woman as opposed to a harlot, you know. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 22, it says, a harlot shall be accounted as spittle. A harlot shall be accounted as nothing as spit. Spit is like the lowest thing possible that you can be compared to. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A wicked woman is given a portion to a wicked man. So understand that when a woman is sitting there and is being wicked, committing adultery and being evil towards you, that's because your spirit, you're not right with the Most High. Understand that these men, that these women that I named is married to, involved with, they're not in the truth. They're not paying tithes. They're not uh following the laws of the Most High. They smoking weed. They sleeping with whores. Lord knows what else. They probably doing some homosexual acts as well. You know. So the Most High is gonna give you a woman, and you know, unto you. You're wicked. You're gonna get a wicked woman. If you're righteous, you're gonna get a righteous woman. But a godly woman is given to him that feared the Lord. So, man, you looking for a woman to do right, you have to come in. You have to fear the Lord. You have to serve the Lord. You got to come into this truth. You got to come back to the Most High. If you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you have to come back to the Lord and fear the Lord. And when you get a woman, you're going to get a woman that fear the Lord as well. You know, verse 24: a dishonest woman contempt contempt shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. This honest woman would bring shame. She what you call it? DJ Envy's wife brought shame to him. Jada Pinkett Smith brought shame to Will Smith. Gabrielle Union, shame to Dwayne Wade, right? And so forth, amongst many other females out there that have not named. But an honest woman will reverence her husband. The women in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, the women that are married to the brothers in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, they reverence their husbands. They respect their husbands. Understand that for you to call yourself saying you fear the Lord, but don't respect your husband, You know how crazy that looks in the eyes of the Lord? Because it says it right there, you know? You're gonna reverence, you're gonna pay homage, you're gonna respect your husband. A lot of women don't do that. Verse 25, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. A shameless woman is a woman that have no morals, no respect, and she shall be counted as a dog. She shall be counted as a dog. What's a female dog? A bitch. A female dog is a bitch. Excuse my French. Because she has no morals, no coof, no nothing with her, no integrity. She's like a savage. She's like an animal. She has no nothing with her. She's shameless. She don't care. She would sit there and knock down one man and then go freshen up and go knock down a couple more men, all in one night and think she's accomplishing something. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that's shamefaced is humble, is meek, and she will fear the Lord. And you know what fearing the Lord is? Not looking at another man, especially if she's married. If she's married, she's not going to look at another or think of another man or even keep company with somebody that's not her husband, that's of the opposite sex. She's going to do everything that's possible to respect, to honor, to cherish her husband, to give reverence to her husband and not shame him, especially in public. She's not going to sit there and show his nakedness, expose him, so to say, because she's shamefaced, because she knows she's humble. She fears the Lord. A lot of our women don't. And a lot of our women, if they're not in ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, 9 times out of 10, um, you know, they may be humble and do what's right. There's a lot of good women out there that needs more guidance. They have the right spirit, but they need that guidance to come in here. They got women out there that, you know, they got the right spirit, but they need guidance. And when they come in here, they're going to be super solid and excellent wives when they come in there. But a lot of women out there that want to, you know, idolize people like Meg Thee Stallion and Jada Pinkett Smith. They think all that's cool, where they see them emasculating their husbands and so forth. Lord don't like that. No man is going to want to deal with a monster like that. Nobody is going to want to deal with any wicked witches like that. You want to know why? Because any real man is going to want a shamefaced woman that fear the Lord, that is respectful, that do not have an ounce in their spirit to think that they're masculine and try to overpower a man. Because unless you're a shamefaced woman that fear the Lord, you are a wicked witch if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's my time, Israel. I'm Priest and Officer Quaraya Allah out of ISUPK, Connecticut. That's my time. Shalom.